Okay, Shalom Yasharallah, Shalom Israel, Kahalaim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, the apostles, the bishops, the soldiers, the teachers of the Great Millstone, pushing the truth worldwide to seal up the elected Israel from the four corners of the earth, the 144,000 men that are going to rule with our Lord Yahweh Shai when he returns, and the men, women, and children that believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. I actually had this lined up for a couple days, and then Monday I woke up not feeling good. Was it Sunday or Monday? Sunday I woke up not feeling good, yo. Sunday or Monday, I can't remember. And then, like I'm battling a little something, a little stuffy nose. You know when you wake up and you're like, fuck, yo. Like you just feel like your body has to start battling a cold, like those ones. I still feel a little stuffy, but and I, so it's finally coming out today. So Salakia, and I got to add a little bit more to this lesson anyway. So I always feel like it's in the spirit, yo. Like the spirit lets it come out when it needs to come out, and it's whatever. So you can't fight the spirit. KO. I've been seeing a lot of videos lately of Jake talking about the Bible, getting into the Bible, like Bible stories and shit. Not shit, but like whatever. And there's these two Jakes from England that so one of them I've seen before, I've heard before. He's a comedian, and he's into like soccer. Well, they call it football, we call it soccer or whatever. And then this next you, and they're talking about shit, yo, hold up, my freaking my windows are getting fogged up. I hate this car. I still have this stupid rental car, by the way. My car is almost ready, but I'm not really in a rush because there's so much shit I have to do to it. Anyways, like upgrade the security system on it and stuff, and that's gonna cost me money, obviously. And it's winter still, yo. Beer freaking snow's about to fall, and like my whip, I wouldn't drive my whip in the winter anyways, but I mean like in the snow and shit. Look at this guy. Like they're still out here plowing all the sidewalks. So anyways, there's this video I'm gonna show you. It's like a minute and 50 seconds long. Like these two Jakes talking about stories of the Bible and how like people, they're basically saying, they're not scoffing. I wouldn't call it scoffing. They're just basically saying, like stories in the Bible that like the men are kind of stupid. And so the first guy talks about who do you first talk about? I can't remember the order, but they talk about Joseph telling his brothers that that they're gonna worship him or whatever, and then they sell him into slavery. So they're basically saying he's dumb for talking. Then they talk about Adam and Eve. They talk about Samson and Delilah. Oh, this guy got a ticket or whatever. And I was just like, yo, when I read these stories, I don't think the men are stupid or whatever. Everything went the way it's supposed to go. Like, for example, when you read about Joseph, everything that happened to him was meant to happen, because if it didn't happen, they would have all died of the famine. This guy had to be sold to Egypt. Hold on, man. He had to be sold to Egypt and go through all that so he could come true. And I'm in neutral. So that he could, learn up the things and be a boss in Egypt and be in control of the food, so that when his family came through, they would have had the thing on lock, and he did. and he set up Israel in Egypt basically. Because I wonder if I stay here. I'm good here, man. At least for now. I like to be closer to this whip. Hold on. Beer snow in my city, bro. All right, that's good. We're gonna be in here for a little bit. I don't have a lot of battery either, yo. So hopefully I can get this whole lesson off. Slovakia. All right, I'm gonna show you this video just now. I'm just basically telling you the point. It's good to see Jake talking about the Bible and stuff. It's not like he's saying, "Yo, this is fake" or whatever. He's just making jokes because they're comedians. I wouldn't call it scoffing, but I wouldn't say the men in the Bible are stupid, because and it wasn't just like Adam gave Eve a fucking something to eat, and then Eve gave Adam something to eat. That's not the real breakdown. Like, these people really don't, Christians and people of the world don't know the breakdowns because they're not Bible scholars, and they don't listen to the prophets to learn what happened and what the Bible really means and the mysteries, and they don't really know the Lord. Like, we know the Lord, but again, and that's the first precept. His thoughts aren't our thoughts. We can't understand how the Lord moves and how he does things. Maybe one day we'll learn, or we'll understand in like altogether, in totality or whatever. But for now, we just know what we know, bro, and we keep it moving. Like, I'm pretty sure there's laws that men are like, yo, that's wild. You know what I mean? But hey, man, the laws are perfect. The laws are perfect. And that's what we're striving to be. So basically, I'm going to let you watch this video, and then I'm going to grab precepts of the stuff that he's talking about in the Bible, and just go in the spirit. Let me see how much battery I have. 34% battery. Hold on. Where's my other phone? Here it is. Okay. And then we're going to shut it down. It's not going to be a long joint. And then I'll just come with the next one. Just now, I send myself so many videos. And it's just like, I just have to program them and come up with precepts to like match the joints. And just now, I had to scroll up so far to this video. And I sent this to myself not that long ago. Like, I'm steady. Every time I go on Instagram, I just see something that, fits prophecy or matches what's going on that Israel should know about. And it's another thing, like, the stuff I think I want to talk about or end up talking about, someone else in Great Millstone ends up talking about it. So, makes me feel like I'm on the good lookout. Like I have the eyes, bro, and the ears, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So, call Allah Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Take this in real quick.
We talk about Bible stories, yeah? The way God was killing people, yeah? There's one, yeah? Bro? I shouldn't laugh here, but it's mad to me. Someone died, left his wife behind, and then God was like, the brother has to sleep with the wife because, she didn't get pregnant. So the brother was just whacking it, and then he would pull out. And God said, that's evil. He just killed him. Pull out is evil. Killed him for pulling out of his brother's wife. That's the thing about That's the thing about the Bible, man. The Bible is too like yin and yang. Yeah. The Old Testament compared to the New is a different guy. You know the story of Joseph? Yeah. How everyone said, Joseph got sold to slavery by his brothers. I read that story last week. I blame Joseph, bro. Yeah, Joseph was moving. I'm victim blaming. Yeah, bro, shut up. Yeah, shut up. You have a dream at night that your brothers are gonna worship you. Yeah. Keep that to yourself. You, my older brothers, you're gonna worship me. They said, we're selling you to Egypt. I think that's fair enough, man. It is stupid. You're talking too much. It is very stupid. In religion, innit, women are not looked at in the best way, innit? So they've got Adam and Eve. Eve is the evil one. Samson, Delilah, all of that stuff. But when I read those stories, I just think the guys are a bit dumb. Like, Samson, you're actually bare stupid, fam. Yeah. But this girl's gonna kill you. Can't you see that? Can't you see that, you idiot? Why am I blaming Delilah? Why are you blaming Eve? Yeah. Adam, don't eat from the tree. Eve, here's the thing, alright. Adam told Eve, this is what God said, which means, Adam, you actually heard it from God himself. And then you believe the woman. You're an idiot, man. Damn.
So yeah, what do you call that, scoffing? I don't know. But so they're talking about Judah's son and how he, like, you're supposed to raise up seed if your brother. So that's a law. If your brother actually have seen that situation, but so I had a boy, okay, my nigga. He died a few years back now. It's been a while now. It's been like fucking 10 years. Damn. Dog, that shit flies. Because when he died, I was in my first year at this job. And now I'm in year 10 of this job. That seemed just like the other day. So anyways, he died. See, I think he had cancer. And he had a wife. Before he died, before he got sick, I think he had a ting or whatever, and then he got married to the ting or whatever, and then he got sick and then he died. And he has a brother. So biblically, his brother should have married his wife and raised up seed in his name, technically. You know what I mean? And I always say, this guy, like, so my boy, I always say this, like, if my nigga was alive, it doesn't work like this, but if my nigga was alive, I feel like he's too smart not to have been in the truth with me. Like, when me and him reasoned about shit, like, I feel like because everybody I've ever told about this thing, they know about it, but they're not on it. I feel like he would have been on it, but he's in the spirit world, so he'll be back. But yeah, that's a law. That sounds kind of weird to us if you didn't know the Bible, but it's like, I understand it. So let me just get these precepts first, and then we'll get to it. Listen to this. Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And it's true, man. Like, our little pea brains compared to the creator of everything, bro. Like, come on, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is perfect, dog. Yahweh Shai is perfect. And their ways will be enforced on the earth by us. So that's coming. And this is a precept to match that. This is Micah 4:12. But they know not the thoughts of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as a sheaf into the floor. So did I get that in the NLT? I read that in the NLT also, and it's like, you guys, it's basically saying, the heathen have no idea what's in store for them. They can't fathom how Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is lining them up, bro. Like, they really think that they're getting away with everything that they're doing, and like, nothing's gonna stop them. Or even if they know what's coming, like, even the top elites that know the Lord is coming, I don't think they understand what's really, really, really gonna reach them, bro. 1,000 years of getting your fucking ass kicked. You're not ready for that, yo. There's nothing you could do that could prepare yourself for that. So this is the story of Judah's son. I didn't get the whole thing. I'd be reading a whole chapter and stuff. So this is basically the part. See? This is Genesis 38:7-10. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. It came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, wherefore he slew him also. So, like, basically in real world, he pulled out. See? He didn't seed up the thing. He didn't square off and bust in his, he pulled out, which was wicked, because he knew what he was supposed to do. Like, basically, that's really not your son. It's going to be basically your brother, if I understand that right. But biologically, it's your son. But, I'm just saying, like, that I guess that son would get all the inheritance of that he was supposed to get, and then it would be passed on down to his son or whatever. And basically, eventually, the brother that died, that was wicked, would come back, because you come back every 3 or 4 generations, right? But he did a thing, and these guys are basically laughing like he can't believe that the Lord, would do that. But he knew the program, and he disrespected the program, bro. And the Lord's in control of everything, and he'll kill you. Like, we have to beg for mercy, man, and pray that the Lord doesn't kill you, because the Lord can kill you whenever he's ready, man. People die every day. I've been seeing some crazy shit. I might do a lesson on this. I don't know if it's AI or not, but it looked real as shit, bro. There was this Indian guy. He was working on his car, like his car broke down in the street. I don't know what countries he's in. Probably India or one of them shits. And a fucking tiger jumps out the woods, bro. The jungle scene, and fucking grabs this guy. The nigga's screaming for his life, and the fucking tiger grabbed him and ran back into the fucking jungle, with the man. Like he was nothing. That has to be a fucked up way to die, I saw that today. I was like, holy shit. And I immediately started thinking about a lesson, so that might come out, All right, Samson and Delilah. When we're reading the story, we know that Delilah is trying to line up Samson, you know what I mean? So I don't know how, whatever. But Samson ended up telling the thing, Wagwan, how he got his power, and it fucked him up. But that's all in the plan of the Lord. Like, look what the Lord took away his power just to show that you can still pray to the Lord, and he'll give you back your power, so he could destroy them. And he destroyed them, even though he died too. Like, they fucked up Samson after Delilah turned on him. I don't even remember what happened to Delilah. You have to read that story again. But this is Judges 16:6. And Delilah said to Samson, Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And this is Judges 16:10. So that was the first, like, she asked or whatever. And Delilah said unto Samson, Behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. So, she's saying, bro, what do you have to do for niggas to fuck you up, And that freaking, can't remember who she was rolling with. The people then that wanted to fuck up, and he kept telling her this, oh, you have to tie me up this way, and then I'll lose my power. And then, he should have known that she was a setup thing, but still, like I said, it was all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's plan. Let me check the battery, 29%. I gotta get this popping. So yeah, we all know the story, man. Read Judges. Judges is a good book. I'm gonna eventually get back to it. I keep saying I'm gonna read Genesis again, and I'm going to read Genesis again. I'm going to start from Genesis, start from the top, and just go through it. And then this bitch was on him. So let me read this. Judges 16:15-17. And she said unto him, how canst thou say I love thee? Just like a bitch. You don't love me. And she said unto him, how canst thou say I love thee when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me, just like a bitch, faking the funk. She doesn't love Samson, bro. You've mocked me these three times, and has not told me where thy great strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death, she nagged him and fucking nagged him all day long for beer days. And this guy's like, fuck, man, just, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her that, there has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High Power from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. So he ended up telling her, bro, because she fucking was. We're living like that now. These bitches will bother you all day long about dumb shit. And I guess he did love the ting. Niggas be loving bitches, yo. Like, yo, we love women. Women don't love Jake, bro. Especially under these curses, man. Women are horrible, bro. Horrible. And yeah, so we all know the story, what happened to Samson and Samson. Read Judges. Awesome book. And so this last part, this is the last story. So when they're talking about Joseph and his brothers, the 12 tribes of Israel, if you know, Joseph's line turned into Ephraim and Manasseh. Seen? And it came, so Genesis 37:23-27. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, and they stripped Joseph out of his coat. And so they're jealous of Joseph because he had the gallows coat. His coat of many colors that was on him, and they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it, and they sat down and ate bread. And they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it that we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hands be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. So if they had killed their brother, which would be fucking wicked, they all would have died from fat. Everyone in Egypt would have died. Friggin' why can't friggin' Israel? Come on, man. Friggin' Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob and all his children, the 12 tribes which we come from, would have died from famine, bro. We can't even imagine starving to death. And the Lord said he's going to make man starve to death. You know what I mean? So that has to be a fucked up way to die. And yeah, so everything is, and his dream came true because they all had to depend on Joseph to live. And when they booked who he was, bro, they were cheesed. You're like, yo, bro, they booked it. They're like, yo, you know what I mean? You're the Don, yo. It's a beautiful story. I'm going to read it. I'm reading Genesis. I'm starting all over. You know what I mean? And yeah, awesome. The 12 tribes, man. We have, when the elect read the Bible, we read beautiful stories that we believe in by faith, and we understand, and the mysteries and all that, and we combine them like nice stories about our history, because it's our history, the mysteries, the prophecies, our Lord Yahweh Shai, the prophets, the disciples, you know what I mean? The apostles. When these 2/3 niggas read it, they're just, I don't know how they're reading it, bro. I don't know. But they don't believe, man. Turn off this whip now. Let's go. Because I'm about to shut this down. But yeah, that was the point. I just wanted to show you those two jigs in England. I wouldn't call it scoffing, but, you know, they just don't understand how the Lord works. Like, his ways are not your ways. And what you see as madness and, you know, mans are stupid, we see as that's the Lord's movie, bro. When you're watching a movie and you see someone do something dumb, you're like, oh, fucking, you know? And it works out the way it works out to the end. Everything is there for a reason, how it happens. Same thing with the Bible and our history and the Israelites. So yeah, I don't want to keep rambling or whatever. So takeaway, read the Bible. Judges. So we went to Judges and we were in Genesis, and yeah, so the story about Judah and his son pulling out was in Genesis. Joseph and Adam and Eve. Yeah. Go to YouTube, put in GMS Adam and Eve or your Genesis, whatever, like, you know, and you'll get all the breakdowns, bro. It wasn't an apple or fruit or anything. I'm gonna read Genesis and, you know, and know what another thing is? 10 years in, every single time you read a story that you've already read, it comes in like, yo, you're catching something that you didn't even catch the first time or the second time. Is it only me? You know when you watch a movie and like there's beer jokes in it, but like you don't catch all the little tiny detailed jokes the first time. And when you watch it the second time, you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Or you book something that you didn't book before. That's how the Bible is, bro. That's how this truth is also, man, because we're always constantly learning. What did I learn the other day that I was like, oh shit? And I realized, bro, 10 years in and I'm just booking that? Can't remember what it was. But I rate it, yo. But anyways, Israel. The world is moshing up. Esau's done. He's getting out of here. Fucking Amalek's out of here, nigga. And fucking these hoes are out of here, okay? Yahushua is coming. Pray. Repent. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Bahasham, Rakah HaKwadash, double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders, the great millstone, the brothers, the soldiers, the teachers, the 144,000 men that are going to rule with Yahushai, and the men, women, and children that are going to survive this, yo. The first citizens of heaven, the true believers. And I also, I think, I'm speaking as a man, I think there's going to be another mass awakening, bro. Like certain niggas that are on the bubble and the fringe that believe, that don't really get it. I think someone, like, there's just going to be, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe the elect are already not all the way sealed, but like, you think there's going to be like millions more that wake up? Bro, I don't know, man. I'm just talking. But anyways, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Shalom, Israel. Pray, read, beg for mercy. Shalom.